Can I say that?
Now we've gone way off the surf subject right now, but I think it's an entertaining subject, so I like to keep on talking about it, But
Any Kind Live.
Hi guys.
And the Any Kind call is real. Getting kind of any kind.
What kind of work is this, you two?
Of Any Kind Live.
Look at the chain is out, gigantic, and he wants to land this in.
Welcome to another Any Kind Live. As you know, the WSL Championship Tour is back on. April 1st is going to be the beginning of the Australian leg with 4 events scheduled in Australia. But in this COVIDian era, there's a lot of work that the World Surf League had to put into getting this off of the ground. One was a chartered flight out of LAX with athletes, their families, their supporters, and WSL staff over to Sydney. Step 2 is quarantining all of those folks for 14 days to be cleared to exit into the real world and begin the era of pro surfing once again. And we have a lot of fans checking out. Now, I want to bring you guys in with someone who's behind the scenes in the WSL, because you always see the commentators, you see the athletes, their coaches, their spouses, but behind the scenes, there's a whole group of people who bring that broadcast to you. Cameramen, editors, directors, producers, graphics guys. There's a plethora of human beings. And with insight, I'm going to bring you the WSL's own Chad Weber. Weber! How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
You look good. Good. I like your backdrop and stuff. You look like you're in a kind of a cool place right there. So, first of all, what's your title, Chad? What do you do? Tell the folks what you do.
Well, I'm a graphics producer in the truck. I work on the live broadcast, and I also help build up research and stats for commentators like yourself to give you some talking points and some things for you to discuss while on air.
That's right. Chad's there's a lot of brains behind the operation, and Chad builds us stuff like this. This is what a research doc looks like. Of course, by the time we're done with it, we have all kinds of other notes we put in there. Now, I want to start off.
Do you keep all my notes?
Yeah.
Do you keep all?
Dude,
that was from a year ago. You keep all of them.
I keep every single research doc, and because a lot of the information is pertinent, and so if you have volumes of it, I don't have them like chronologically filed. They're all just in a pile, to tell you the truth. But I do keep all of your research docs, and I use them. And then I'm going just to show people like what we do is then I build stuff like this. Or this is the women's cards. These are the men's cards. I build these cards with some information, so I sound really well-versed while on air. But a lot of it is all the research, and it's guys like Chad that make it happen. So talk us through the process. You fly. It's like 14, 15 hours, right?
I think it was 14 hours and like 10 minutes or something.
And you land in Sydney. Are there armed guards that are escorting you guys into the quarantine bubble?
Yes, exactly. When we come out of the airport, there is police that escort us onto the bus. And then once you're on the bus, we actually didn't realize until we got to the hotel, but there was a police bike following us the whole time. And then
now,
you
this
get
is Australia.
escorted from the bus into the hotel as well by police.
Now you're in this beautiful palace for 15 days. Is it a studio, 1 bedroom? You got a kitchen? What's this? What's your cell look like?
I got pretty lucky, actually. I'm in kind of like a 1 bedroom apartment with a kitchen and a desk. I rented an exercise bike, so it's not bad. Could be way worse.
What's that bike costing you?
It was like $300 for the 2 weeks.
Okay. I just want to quantify that because when we look at the athletes and stuff like that, I see guys with incline walkers. I see kettlebells. all kinds of other exercise equipment. Yeah, is there like a menu for fitness equipment?
There was a few things there was just I think just a treadmill and a bike, and there might have been one other thing like an elliptical or something like that. But it came with a free.
I meant a
mat.
treadmill. Oh, that's cool. Hey, look it. All you need is a yoga mat, and the bike's going to help you a ton.
That's good. I brought some resistance bands as well because I know Tom Brady uses those. So.
Yeah. Speaking of Tom Brady, what do you think about Kelly Slater not showing up?
I don't know. You have to watch Getting Heated and see what Mick and Ross say about it.
I don't care what those guys have to say about it. Honestly, I want to hear what Chad Weber, the guy who creates, again, a lot, like, a lot about surfing, bro.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I feel like Kelly's drive is still there or else he'd just retire. He'd be like, I'm done. I got 11 titles. But I think it's the standard Kelly on his own schedule kind of thing where it's probably good for him if he really is dealing with an injury. This is an asterisk kind of year, so take the time off, but then you're not going to be at the first ever WSL finals, which is somewhat iconic. I'm sure he wants to be in that lower Trestles and surf a wave like that, but maybe, I don't know, maybe he knows maybe he thinks he couldn't beat a kind of a Medina or a John at lowers anymore. And maybe he wants to wait till there's a wave that he could beat them at, where there's actually going to be barrels and stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, I like it. We can't, I know, we're all kind of like trying to dig into Kelly's mind and stuff, but I got to tell you, at the first event at Pipeline, he looked as good as ever. Like, he is the guy. He's still the guy. He's done the beach break dance for decades. So doing the beach break dance for decades, maybe, like you said, it takes away from some of his motivation and or inspiration. And, the foot might be acting up. I mean, we don't heal all the way completely as we get longer in years, especially with nagging injuries. I got a bunch of nagging injuries myself. We have 4 events in Australia. So we got 4 events. So that would be 5 events total. Now, as we look into some of these rules changes here, I want to say at 6 events, so that would be Surf Ranch is pretty much guaranteed. 4 events in Australia. We already did 1, so that's at 6 events. Surfers get 1 throwaway. At 7 events, so if another event is able to run other than the Australian leg and the almost guaranteed surf ranch, like a Tahiti, then at 7 events we have 2 throwaways. So that is something that's going to work into the math of the men and women who qualify for those top 5 spots for the WSL finals at lowers, right?
Yep.
What do you think about that?
With that, if Caroline could get here on a charter flight by herself, think about Kelly's not out for the whole. Is he out for the whole Australian leg?
No, I don't think so. No, I mean, I'd love to see him show up at. I'd love to see him show up at Margaret River and surf the box, win the thing. Yeah.
There you go. So I think that's something Kelly could have in his back pocket, and maybe he is going to just take up 2 months off and use March and April, and you'll see him at the box. That'd be insane. And then, Rodness could be anybody's game. I have no idea. I don't think anybody knows what that wave's like. Probably Jack has the biggest advantage with that. And then, if we get to 7 events, Kelly's got 2 throwaways. You don't even have to surf those beach breaks. He's a pretty calculated guy. I'm sure he's thought about it, and he's seen those rule changes. So
he's seen the rule changes. The rule changes. And surf media, however, may not be as savvy as Any Kind Live, because I believe this is the first public. When this goes on YouTube, I believe this is going to be the first time that anyone's going to talk about these rule changes and how it's going to impact the final 5 for the WSL finals. So, And I got a lot of that insight from you because you made it really easy for me because I didn't have to read the entire WSL rule book. So coming out of the Australian leg, predictions for top 5 men and top 5 women.
Okay, so we'll put John at the top.
Yep.
And then you could say Italo second.
Yep.
Medina third.
Yep.
And then trying to think who did well
Can I help you? I'm gonna help you on your list. Let me help you. So we got John, Medina, Italo, and I'm thinking maybe Jack Robo.
Okay. Jack
And
Robo.
then I'm gonna go.
And
And then I'm gonna go for number 5 position. That's the
Are you
wild card. So
predicting-
you say your number. Well, I'm helping you. There's a team effort now.
sorry, because I'm taking so long.
Yeah.
You know what? Leo's gonna stay on his roll. I think Leo Fioravante could stay up in that top 5 since he
love
got a
that.
quarters at.
I love that. I love that. What an inspirational story, right? Coming back from 2 like severe injuries and having to have that surf off with Mikey Wright for that wild card position. I love that. So, okay, let's go to the women. Top 5 coming out of Australia. Let's go.
All right, Carissa's at top, then Tyler, Steph, Caroline, and then Lakey.
I agree. The only caveat that I have with your prediction, which I agree with a lot of it, is I think Tatiana Weston Webb may break into that top 5 by the time we exit Australia. But it's exciting, right? It's exciting. I'm looking forward, Chad, to the Australian leg. I'm looking forward to your work. Thank you so much for your time here on Any Kind Live. I enjoyed the conversation, and you can ring me up anytime.
All right, thanks for having me, Kaipo. Really appreciate it.
That's another Any Kind Live. We're going to continue to check in with all the players in Australia as we anticipate the return of Championship Tour competition. That's it. Aloha. Thank you for tuning in. Remember, smash the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and all your input, comments, any kind of questions or stories that you want us to cover, throw in the comments column. Any Kind Live. Aloha.
I can always tell when you're lying, girl, you're see-through. All these miles away, yeah, I just wanna see you. Baby, give me good face, she hit me like seafood. Number one, I saw you, hi, it's nice to meet you. Know my old girl salty, she just wanna be you. I'm a dog, no Maltese, I don't wanna leave you. Once you're right here, I just don't wanna mistreat you, no. Cause I've been a douchebag before, baby girl, I don't wanna repeat. She just won't please me, she look in my eyes, told me, why are you bleeding? And I don't even know how to answer. I take these drugs to my bladder. She says she noticed a pattern, she say I look gorgeous, I tell.
Yeah, Nick, can you fix that, please? This is Any Kind Live. We're not fucking around here.